wishes he'd just taken the touchback. First down for this offense. They'll try the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Looking to throw, it's Dart. Throwing right. And the pass is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
It's a defense that prides themselves on taking the football away. They believe they could impact this game with turnovers, and they get an interception on the opening drive. Wasn't a big return, but that doesn't matter. They stole a possession. That is huge for their confidence.
Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. Here's why this was so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jason.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Tommy, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers to that.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on down.
Sometimes the best defense is a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
He's past the 30. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Oh, I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building. Welcome to the 8th oldest stadium in the country, Vaught Hemingway in Oxford, Mississippi, home of the Ole Miss Rebels, where the fans never lose a tailgate and don't plan on losing the game today. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams, and these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 8th ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Nittany Lions will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Lee. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense set on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season. You're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Slips through the line. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. On first down, here comes this offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Had it in his hands and he dropped and thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. I'm sure the offense happy with that free 5 yards. Now it's 2nd and 5. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football, we're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
The play-action fake. Going for it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. The 20. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Rebels. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Oh, he's going to go for the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake.
The expressway is wide open. Past the 30. Running inside the 20. once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up. They find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Lee. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the deep.
Open runway ahead. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
These touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action on them, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the...
Oh, look out! They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. They're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run game coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point. But finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't take...
And that pass intercepted. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Aller. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Quarterback had everything he wanted there. He increased that exactly where he was going. Of course, he was going to be going towards his primary target. Just can't help it.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. On the run, it's Parrish. And they swarm him under.
Listen, that ain't what the offense expected, but they're plenty happy about it. You just try to create a little bit of room. I don't want to throw out of my own end zone, right? Then I can create a safety. I'm worried about passing. I'm worried about the quarterback. Even if he slips, something happens. But nice job just creating some space, running the football, springing one loose. I will take it. I didn't think it was going to go that far, but I'll take it.
Motion from the offense. Wants to throw on third down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Harris. Still running at the 40. Off he goes. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
How nice is it as a quarterback that you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You see all this movement in football now. All the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Scanning the field, it's Dart. He's going to run it. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Third and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away, and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Looking for room. It's Singleton. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intention. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Fires to the tight end. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here from our running back, make the game easy.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing is open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They'll try the right side. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. They knock him down right there. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes and no one.
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. That's caught. It's Evans. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I know, everybody's yelling. You didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But think about it. Nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Dropping back, it's Aller. A strike downfield. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it's a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Louisiana Tech is on top, but it's not like Terry Bradshaw is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 4 over the Sharks. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
Yeah, I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on their scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Trying to convert this 2nd and short. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air. It's Dart. Fires left. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains, set your defense for positive situations.
Now the play fake. Using his feet to buy time. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lee. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to...
Oh, and he gets downfield with a big catch. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. To throw, it's Dart. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
The quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
So after the huge chunk play, they've got it 1st and goal from the 10. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. On to attempt to try. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the 1st half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights.
Makes the catch down the right side. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to...
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Give him 6. Touchdown, Penn State!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their 1st game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
He'll bring it out. It's Lee. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Ready to send the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on the 2nd half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the 1st half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. That one comes out hot down the right side. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looks as if he's going to run it. He showed it all there. A little loose explosiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Rebels with the 1st and 10. He'll take it himself. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Rebels will kick it off to start the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box. We got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
They go right back to it. At the 40, there he goes. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
Coming out with it, it's Lee. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. To the air, it's Dart. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They want to run this quarterback. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. Going up top on first down. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football. And you saw it right there.
They'll give it to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And the defense is going to have more plays like that. He has had a ball game so far, running wild all day long. Defense finally comes up with a stop, maybe getting a momentum.
Over 100 yards already in this game. So if I'm on defense here, I'm adding more guys to the box, anticipating that they're going to continue to give this guy touches today.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Probably the to pass. It's out. They get to him as he throws. Their pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Got the first down and more. And after a nice gain, the runner just scoots out of bounds.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes so that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quarterback keeper. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Looking to throw, it's Dart. Looking to the big tight end. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs managed. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down, and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Looking for a man. It's Aller. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He made make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Wells. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. Trying to find his man on first down. Now adjusting. He'll fire to his right. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They go to the ground. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the 3rd quarter. The Nittany Lions are in the red zone. Takes the handoff. It's Singleton. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that.